Welcome to our coffee break series on cities and climate action. We are speaking with a variety of elected representatives from cities around the world to gain insights and inspiration on how cities are responding to climate change. Coffee Break with Cities.
Great to have you here. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do?
I'm Katja Do and I'm the mayor from Bonn in Germany.
Exactly, it's a great city. Can you tell us a little bit more about the city and the municipality and your work on climate change?
So Bonn is Germany's United Nations city, and we have 25 entities from the United Nations in Bonn, and we are a hub for sustainability. And what is very important for Bonn is that we have an impressive amount of key players related to climate crisis and sustainability. For example, the United Nations Secretariat for Climate, but also the ICLEI Global Office, and a lot of NGOs and initiatives who work on climate crisis questions and sustainability, and they work very closely together, and they network a lot on the national level but also on the international level. And that is very inspiring for the whole city and also for the city administration. And I think we are asked to deliver very good results because we have these very strong connections with the United Nations and with all these organizations that work together with us. And we worked on climate issues since the 1990s, but in 2019 three very important decisions were taken by the City Council. The first decision was that the City Council adopted our first sustainability strategy that already focused very much on climate and on energy. And the second was that the City Council declared the climate emergency. And the third was that the City Council decided that the city wants to become climate neutral 2035 latest. And you do have these decisions, but now the question is how we get more life into this kind of decisions, and we are working on that at the moment.
Look, it's a fantastic collection of activities happening in the city. Could you lift up like one specific initiative that you're working on right now related to the city and climate change?
We do a lot of things. For example, solar power panels on the rooftops, and also a lot concerning the transformation of the traffic and the mobility system. But one thing I find personally very important is a collaboration with a civil society-driven participatory process, which is called Bonn for Future. And that is driven by the civil society, and it came from an initiative by a Transition Town initiative. And they now cooperate with the city administration. And what we do is that we bring very different people with a very diverse background together. For example, we select people at random from our citizens register, and like 100 people, and they come together and they share their ideas of how we as a city can tackle and fight the climate emergency on our city level. And this is really inspiring, and I think this is a key to find acceptance for the measures that we have to implement, and therefore I like this process very much.
No, absolutely. I mean, beyond collaboration with citizens, are there other key collaborations that the municipality has with other organisations or actors in the city when they work on climate change?
Of course, it's the associations of the companies and the firms that are situated in Bonn. We have a very close collaboration because we need their support, and they are also very interested because they know that we have to find solutions together.
And if you think about another city in the world that perhaps inspires you, like what would that be, or where would that be?
There are quite a few, but for example, Barcelona is very inspiring because on the local level we need to reduce the effects of traffic. That is one of the main things on the local level to fight the climate crisis. And when I have a glimpse on what is happening in Barcelona, this is very inspiring. For example, the superblocks, where they manage to reduce the traffic in the places where people live. And we picked this up in Bonn, and we just started a process to implement kind of superblocks in Bonn. We call them Viertel, and it's different because you always need a solution that fits to your place, but the idea comes from Barcelona.
Oh, look, it's a fantastic example to draw inspiration from. Just finally, I mean, if you had a chance to speak to a national policymaker in Germany and you were asking for support for cities, what would you ask for?
My first wish would be that the federal level pays for public transport. That's very simple.
That's a good wish. Thank you very much for today. It's been a great conversation. Great.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for watching. If you are interested in more details, please find the link below. Coffee Break with Cities. Conversations on climate action with elected representatives from cities around the world.